Good morning, students. Now come to this yoga and lifestyle. This is unit 3. So, in this chapter, we should know what is yoga. Nowadays, it becomes very popular. Every time we say about something. But what is this? Yoga simply we can say, of course, that is a way of life. Yoga, that word is derived from a Sanskrit word that is used, that means unite or bind. Bind, that means what, or unite, that word, that is Atma with Paramatma. But as a whole, yoga, if we see, that is a way of life, skillful completion of a task. Sage Patanjali, of course, says about the 8 elements of yoga. And these 8 elements are Yam, Niyam, Ashan, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. So this is a way of life. It teaches about the various ways of life. So Ashan, of course, that becomes very popular in these days, in the modern days, in the Western countries as well as in our country too. So what is that Ashan? That is maintaining of several postures are known as the Ashan, and each postures are having specific effects on the specific organs and the systems of the body. So in this Yogashan, we have 3 categories. We have meditative asanas, we have relaxative asanas, and we have corrective asanas. Meditative asanas, these are what? These asanas mainly, that is Padmasana and Makarasana. It helps in developing concentration. Meditation is nothing but developing a deep level of concentration, and these 2 postures, this Padmasana and the Makarasana, that is good for these meditative postures. Next is the relaxative asanas, which relaxes the body and the organ systems, and mainly these asanas are what? That is Shavasana and Siddhasana, and that relaxes the body and the mind itself. Next is the corrective asanas. Rest of the asanas that comes under this corrective asanas, it corrects the postural defects. It corrects those several deformities. So that is why those postures are known as the corrective asanas. Now what are the benefits? If we look into the benefits of these asanas, there are plenty. Of course, it strengthens all the organs and the systems. If we consider muscular system, bony system, digestive system, cardiovascular system, everything, all the systems get strengthened by these asanas, these postures, what I have said. It strengthens the heart, it strengthens digestive system, it strengthens respiratory system. So as a result, this blood circulation that becomes smooth, cardiac muscle becomes strong, oxygen supply of the body that increases, digestive system that becomes smooth. We can avoid this constipation if we go for those asanas. As a result, what we can say, of course, it improves the vitality of the life. And these days, of course, these corona days, so these are prescribed for developing immunity. So we have plenty of benefits, these asanas. And these asanas are also act as the preventive measures. These preventive measures are what? You see, number 1, that is cardiovascular diseases. Just now I told you it strengthens the heart. So naturally the blood circulation that increases, fresh body gets fresh oxygen. So we can avoid several cardiovascular diseases like hypertension or heart attack or coronary heart diseases that we can avoid. Next, digestive disorders. Digestive disorders mainly, that is the formation of gas, acidity, constipation, So this, if we go for these asanas, so naturally this is good for this digestive system, and it digests the food very well. We can avoid constipation, acidity, gas, etc. Next, come to this respiratory diseases. Respiratory diseases, of course, we have various asthma, that is the respiratory diseases, breathing trouble, that is the respiratory diseases. So we have variety of respiratory diseases, and if we go for these asanas, we can avoid these respiratory diseases, because if we do such exercises, especially the asanas and the pranayams, so naturally we can avoid so many respiratory diseases. So it strengthens the lungs. It ensures the proper oxygen supply to the body. It increases the tidal air volume. It increases the vital capacity of the body. So that is related to the respiratory system. Next, the postural defects. Today's in this hectic life, of course, many people develop many postural defects, and these postural defects can be avoided by doing these asanas. Psychological diseases. Of course, psychological diseases, one can feel loneliness, that is also psychological diseases. Depression, that is a psychological disease. We have plenty of psychological diseases. So, mental freshness we can develop through the yogasanas. And lastly, there is the sports injuries. In case of hamstring pull or quadriceps pull or pain in the joint, back pain, that can be cured by doing several asanas. Thank you.